Hello, it is Jane and I've got little popcorn. He looks huge. Poppy. He's very clingy today. Anyway, I wanted to do a live because I just watched PewDiePie, who's one of the biggest creators on YouTube. I feel like I've been watching him for, surely it's over a decade. Probably helped create YouTube as to what it is. And he just did a video about drawing. So he's on a drawing journey and he got invited to one of Japan's leading anime studios and sat down with the animators, and they start every morning with a 15-minute, 30-minute croquis session, life drawing session. And each of the animators takes turns being the model. They've got all sorts of props there. And he participated in that. And it was just such a great video because he was really, really honest and vulnerable about his drawing journey. And even though he nearly said no to this amazing opportunity to see inside something that he really loves, the fear of not being perfect at drawing, that's something that he really enjoys, nearly made him say, no, I don't want to do it. And even though he was scared, he did it anyway. And I just thought it's just such a great video, and it was interesting as well just to see how animation in Japan works. And it was just so many lessons to learn from it. So I've actually made a couple of notes. I even had a tear in my eye as I was watching it because I'm going through, I'm about to head off to the National Art School for some professional development. And I'm beside myself with excitement. Is that right? Me next to me? So much of what he was talking about just applies to all artists at all parts of their journey. So he referred, or the editor of his video referred to it as imposter syndrome. They put that up across his face. And it's that thing that happens where your skin is almost crawling. You want to do the thing, but you're just scared to go. And I know that so many people face this with life drawing. And I think it's one of the single greatest things that you can do to help you elevate your drawing, not because you get taught anything by a teacher there. Usually you're just drawing, the journey is completely your own. There's no instruction. There's a model and there's you and the paper and whatever you're drawing with. So all the lessons you are teaching yourself, you have to battle the internal demons, and you have to do these monumental challenges in complete safety because you are just in a drawing studio. And it's like going to war with yourself in a way. It's just so challenging because you have to face the most doubting parts of you constantly, and then go through highs and lows and still turn up for the paper. And knowing that you might come out of there with nothing that you can use, or that's going to be a masterpiece or anything like that. It's just that turning up to the drawing. And there's just so many crossovers with just journaling, sketchbooking, all of these types of art that we do that's really for ourselves more than anything else, and just for the simple joy of creating. So I really enjoyed the video because it just highlighted so many things. The first thing that I learned was, I know the word croquis, I know it's a French word, I know it from fashion illustration, and it usually refers, my understanding was more of a technical drawing of just a garment. But in Japan, in this animator studio, this session was referred to as a croquis. And mind you, the models all were clothed because they were just the animators taking turns modeling for each other. And they did 30-second poses. And when they said 30 seconds, PewDiePie's hair nearly all stood on end because he was like, 30 seconds. And they sat, he was going pretty well. And, you know, because he's got cameras on him and, you know, he's been made very welcome to be there. And just his demeanour, he's excited, all that. Then he looked across at the person next to him, who he didn't know, but was the lead animator of this whole animation studio, which everything they turn out's unbelievable. And so he saw that and was just, that put him into a spiral, but he kept going. So that's the important part. But so croquis is this, in Japan, it seems to be these short life drawing poses, and the model's fully clothed. There's everyone draws, there's no hierarchy, and at the end everyone puts their work out so you can have a look at it, and if you want to, critique. But not in a rude way. That's like a lot of the drawing sessions I could go to, some do have little critique at the end, or more affirmations, more what did you like about someone's work, or you put it out and you can talk about it or ask other people what materials are they using, just all those sorts of things. I'm just going to have a quick look at comments because this is a live. Hello, and this is where I find out if something's not working. Hey Sandra, how you going, darling? Yeah, so yes, he almost didn't go. He felt unworthy, strong imposter syndrome, and afraid of being the beginner in the room. But isn't it wonderful? It's just so good for you to feel that way and do it anyway, no matter what it is. But it really hits us with drawing, I think. And what actually happens is the room is usually supportive. He drew alongside professionals. He received kind, practical critique, and comparison felt inspiring, not cruel. And I think they're great takeaways. You might have had a bad experience in a drawing session, and I'm hoping that is the exception, not the rule. I can't imagine tearing someone down when they're creating art. Who does that? It's just ill. Just having met so many people who, especially as children, who had someone that they might not even have meant it as disparaging comment or something rude, but around 7 years of age, that's where we start to pay attention. Like, we're usually all drawers, and if someone can't tell what it is that you've just drawn, you are an idiot. It's usually our response. And then as we get a little bit older, that self-criticism comes in, and some people just never draw again until they hit adulthood and somehow rediscover it, and then just go on this wonderful journey of realizing that it doesn't even matter if you can't draw. Hello, I have been in Japan at the Hakone Museum and seen Picasso's his plates, which were very venerated there, and I just was like, and yet they're still beautiful. I have strong feelings about some of that work. I was there was an earthquake, and I thought, I'm not dying with these plates. This is not the art that I am dying with. Sorry, I'm going to run and stand next to a sculpture that I like, not these ones. I'm not saying all Picasso, just those particular things. I was out of there. Anyway, back to Felix PewDiePie. One of the big things he said at the beginning was, I'll just go, I'll draw, and I'll see what happens. What a great little mantra to put in your mind. I'll draw, I'll see what happens. What's the worst thing that can happen? You draw something you don't like, well, then you just draw something straight over the top of it. I do it all the time. I'll show you. I just put watercolour over it, let it dry a bit, and then keep going. But after his session, I encourage you to watch the video, it's really cool. His fear dissolved, the pressure lifted, the relief arrived. And this is all going on in his mind. And the enjoyment returned. Now, the video goes on, he does all sorts of other things. So maybe that drawing was actually the easiest part of his day. But I loved it because it's something that even I'm starting to feel, that I am starting to feel, because I'm going to try and go to as many life drawing things in Sydney while I'm there as I can, because there's all sorts of different things that happen. Oh, what's that? Does that mean the camera is not working anymore? Oh no, it's all good. I'm just going to test something. Okay, because my camera, and I was so thrilled. I was watching this video and the camera that I love the most to use for filming was what they were using, the Osmo Pocket 3. But mine had a conniption the other day, and just always, with a camera, if there is one of those warranty things where they can fast track if something happens to it, get that. Not so much through the place you buy it from, but if you buy it through the company. So this is DJI, because they've been so helpful. And anyway, I've got a new camera on the way, and so something strange happened with the batteries, but I'm filming with my iPhone in a second when we get to the art. And yes. So the other things that in the critique that the lead animator gave Felix, he said draw bigger, which is what I was screaming at him through the camera. And I see it when I and encourage people to do in life drawing, draw bigger. And if you're going to be using mixed media, you upgrade the paper because you deserve it. Use longer strokes was his other advice, and be more dynamic. Don't hide in tiny details. And these are more my interpretations. And confidence follows action. So I love that. Just give it a go and see what happens. Confidence follows action. It's just a different way of saying that. So fear happens before drawing, and relief comes after starting. And that's when, you get into that flow. Sometimes you don't, actually. Sometimes you don't get into creative flow. And it's just one great big struggle. But even if you come out of that at the end, you still have that point of, wow, at least I did this. Usually the struggle resolves. It's all good. Some other takeaways were the animator said, draw bigger, it looks more interesting. I think he was talking about filling up the page rather than just drawing bigger in size, but actually filling up whatever page you've got. And also just taking things off the page always makes things interesting too. Your variety. Beginners and professionals share space. Love that. Warming up is for everyone. Even the top animators in the world start their day with a warm-up. And mistakes are part of the process. Nothing in there was perfect. No, some of the drawings are pretty perfect, but that's not the point of it. But the people showing their drawings, they didn't think they were perfect. So yes, even professionals warm up. Imposter syndrome is universal. Life drawing is practice, it's not performance. Comparison can be inspiring, and bravery lives in showing up. So draw bigger, start anyway. Let the confidence catch you as you're going, once you're in motion. So that was my, I just felt so cool, and I just really appreciate PewDiePie, or Felix, because we've seen him go on this journey now. He lives in Japan, and he's got the most adorable family who he loves so much, and he's so protective of his family. It just reminds me of my dad. My dad was such a protector, and I just think it's so, it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. Just someone fully enjoying their life, making this big move, moving to Japan, and, you know, just doing what they want to do in the way they want to do it. It's just very inspiring. So there you go. Draw bigger, start anyway, let the confidence catch up to you. So now I want to also just show you what it is that I'm doing next week. Oh, I've been on such look, I've been to a music festival. Joking. I was in hospital yesterday. So I'm going to cut this off now. I don't really think I need it. But I've got this crazy, I've got bacteria, antibiotic resistant infection in my finger. They had to do things to it yesterday, so this is why I've got this on. It's been going on since before Christmas, and I've been to the doctor 4 times. I've been into the hospital twice. Just everyone's scratching their heads. Hopefully my finger doesn't fall off. Probably the fingernail will, and there was no injury. I did nothing. I didn't hurt no one. I thought it was an insect bite at first, but anyway, I think the universe is telling me that gardening is, because it had to be from that, it couldn't be from drawing. Drawing is not a dangerous sport. Okay, so I've just put these here for prettiness purposes, but I've got to decide what it is that I'm taking to life drawing and to my workshop next week. And what it is we bring our own work, our own surfaces, our own media, and we're working with one of the lecturers at the National Art School on our own work. And the focus is on, of course, humans. And I'm so excited about it. I've got quite a lot of study things that I'm doing this year. And forgot to tell you, I've just launched or released the workshop dates for my workshops at JDHQ. So you're very welcome to check them out, going right through to June. And you can come and join me there. I'm doing all sorts of different things. But yes, I just want to do more and more and more art. Okay. So I am, yes, the life drawing sessions. There's Nude Night at Doodler. There's Black Peach. If you're in Sydney, just I'll probably post in our Facebook group some of them. So if any of you are interested in trying life drawing and you haven't, and you want a friendly face there, which ones I'm going to try and go to. But I'm going to try and go to as many as I can. I just want to return home a husk of just all my creativity completely. Well, I don't think creativity burns you out. I think it fills you up. So I'll just be juicy with creativity. Okay. So what I'm probably going to take, number 1 favorite thing at the moment is watercolor and watercolor crayons. So I accidentally took these ones with me the other day and reminded myself how freaking awesome they are. So these are aqua pastels. So definitely will be taking these. I might cull the colors. I might, do I really want green? Am I really going to? Sometimes I do need a yellow, but as a watercolor, no. Now the trouble with taking the big watercolor is sometimes there's limited space, and sometimes I'll need to have a smaller, my smaller palette. So I could just take the smaller version as well. But when I'm creating, I love getting the bigger brush and doing all of this stuff. Oh, screen is frozen. Great. Especially if people are texting me. Is it still frozen? Oh, is it still frozen? Oh, I can't type anything. Oh, okay, it's fixed. I think it might be because I don't know why. Could you still hear me? I'm sorry. I'm filming on my iPhone, so heaven knows. It's a miracle that it's working, I guess. Oh, it takes me back to the days before I had this different setup before Ecamm, and my blood runs cold at the thought, because this is just so much easier. But anyway, so I've got to I want to take watercolor, so I have to decide what I'm going to take, how I'm going to take it. Love using these, but actually I'll take book truck. That's what I'll take. Yes. So I've got my book truck watercolors. It's smaller. It's super intense. Oh, I forgot to grab. I did a little Instagram of some Daniel Smith watercolor tubes that had gone completely, couldn't even bend them. They were so stiff as boards, and they had rigor mortis, and cut them open, and just, it's like chewing gum, just popped it in there. And popped a little bit of gum arabic on it just to kind of juicify it a little. But I probably won't take that to what's the name with me, and I put it in a little shell. But you can see that on Instagram. This is my book truck watercolor set. Whoops. And I might take, I might reassess what I've got, what colors I've got, because I need to put Pygmalion in there, and yeah, I'll just reassess what I've got. Maybe I'll take this set. Yeah, I'll take this set. This little printout, by the way, is on my website with the book truck page, because I've added some other colours from the colour library, so I'll refill that before I go. I'll maybe refill that. And this is just so good. This combined with this for quick sketches, I feel like I am flying. I just enjoy the process so much. I'm not sure I can really show you much because nudity, but let's just see what I wanted to show you just what I did the other day. That's too nude. Watercolor and the watercolor crayons, the aqua pastels, sharpened. Of course you can use other watercolor crayons. It's just the aqua pastels are a little bit harder, and they're so pigmented, and I can get detail. Whereas other ones that I have, like the Neo Color 2s, are a little bit softer, and sharpening them up. Oh, sorry, there's nudes. Oh well. Oh well, just pretend they're wearing body stockings. They're just drawings. They won't hurt you. But that is what I sort of am right into at the moment for gesture drawing. So yes, we will be taking those, but I love combining them with so in here I've also got, that's a Neo pastel, it's an oil pastel in white for highlights. If that just works over the top of everything. That's a Neo Art that I sharpened and felt it was terrifying sharpening And then I've got this little box. Oh, okay. I've got these. So I do have some neo art, so I'll probably take some of those. They're kind of like drawing with a giant coloured pencil. I love those. And I don't know if I'll take those. I probably will add in a few other neo colour colours, and I'll probably take some of my art sticks, which are a discontinued thing from Prismacolor. I've sharpened these because I managed to get some duplicates, and I don't feel bad about having wasted a little bit of them. I just love them sharpened. I suppose I'm using them like a coloured pencil then, and then what's the point? But there's just something about holding a solid stick of colour that is kind of mega magical. And I also know that this is the Art Pastels box. If I take the liner out that it comes with, you know, so that the things will arrive safely, I can pop all of these in on top and it'll still close. And I've got room there for a few other bits and pieces. So I'm going to be taking some pastels. Then I've got watercolor pastels and I've got waterproof pastels as well. That they work in just a slightly different way, and everything feels different in the hand. Some are round, some are square. And why does that keep doing that then? So is that frozen again? Because I can't see if it is frozen. Okay, we can hear good. Okay, paused again. It's something to do with Apple. It's just an idiot. Sorry, the phone. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry about that freezing and this and that. Okay. Right. So, yes, and I adore these. And it's nothing. It's a tiny little box. So these are very close to coming. Definite. I'll put them there. Definitely, half definitely. I'll leave that set here because this one's already all set up. Oh, for life drawing, do I need this and this? I love using this. But maybe I'll take this set, this Unity set. I've got two not Humility rather, the big Japanese size pans. This is the original set as is. I've got that on my desk at all times. And when I go off to life drawing, I'm playing around with things. This is Go-Go Gouache in here. So of course it's going to crack, but just reconstitutes. I could take out and put in some layer cake, but I'm just trying this just to see if I want the white in there. And I've just got some other of my big size watercolors that I've collected up. I'm starting to feel bad if I don't use things that I've bought. Okay, so I'm trying. So I've just snuck a few in there, and they're some granulating colors, and I feel good about myself when I have used them. Okay. Okay. So this is good now when I'm traveling with this. Okay, so maybe I won't take the little guy as well. I'll just take the big guy because I've got to carry all this stuff around. So far, okay, that one I won't have room, but okay, so definitely, yes. Okay, for now, don't need that one. And then, I do love I don't need Unity if I'm taking this because I can mix colours. But there are things like Fluorescent, whoops, that has the fluorescent colours in it that can just add such a pop. So maybe I need to take some sort of fluorescent pink, although Pride and Prejudice is very, very neon. So that might be enough of a neon pop, but I can pop in a neon pencil. So I've got coloured pencils that of course I'll be taking. So I've got my little clear caddy here, and every so often I put in some other things just to try and make myself use up my stash. This is a Star Below Woody, and I still haven't used them. They've been sitting in my little caddy for a little bit, but I will. But I've got, the important thing is that I've got, these are some soft colours that I like to use, purples and pinks, and I've got one of the Prismacolor neons in here. That's my favourite neon pencil. I think I have every neon pencil ever made. I've got one luminance in there, and the rest are all from mainly the skincare collection. Soft pink, soft purples, and a soft blue. And these are the darker colours. I keep them all together. I've got some Prismacolor Ebony. I've got a water-soluble graphite in there from Art Graph. I'm just trying to sort of make myself use it. I've put a little pencil cover on that because it's a filthy, dirty thing, and stuff gets everywhere. I have to have at all times my multicoloured rainbow pencils. I actually can't leave the house without one of those. So I have quite a few of them in here at different lengths, so that I've got at least 3 sharpened for every session. So I don't have to stop and sharpen something. I can just grab another pencil. And I usually have, because these just get soft very, very quickly, that's the Jet Black Extra Smooth Prismacolor. I'm trying a Faber-Castell graphite matte pencil just to see how that goes. I've got a 2B there. I didn't like it that much, but I like this one. Oh, is it frozen again? I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm sorry. It's just an iPhone thing. It's just an idiot. And I've got in the middle of that a Conte Pierre Noir 2B black charcoal pencil. So and my lash line Magic Wands and Divine Skin, which is a really, really dark brown, for drawing. Like if I want to draw with a pencil, this is the closest to charcoal that I'm actually going to get, okay? So I've always got those. I've got my soft colours, I've got my hard colours and rainbow colours. I just sort of think of drawing, strict drawing. I've got my browns separated off into their own little section. You can see how much I love using them. So these are all definitely coming with me. And then I've got, what have I got here? This is a bunch of watercolour pencils. Oh, my little Fable chewed that one. So I have to keep it because it's cute. So I'm trying to make myself use these incredibly expensive watercolour pencils. So I've got a few of those. I don't know if I'll take them with me. This was a bunch of Prismacolors that I just got that were colours I didn't have. And I sort of thought they made quite a cute collection, and I have been enjoying using those. I've got some Derwent drawing pencils because I keep looking at that new set that they've got, complete with chipping, paint, annoying, but these are very thick cores. They're really nice. I haven't really used them, to be honest, so I don't know if I'll take them with me, but I like to try and use up what I've got. And this is white pastel pencil and white pencil, so I've got a Prisma there. I think I've just been testing which, you know, is there one that's better than my Magic Wand Smoothing White? No, that's my favourite. So I've got a bunch of those, a cream and some other soft skin, and from my collection, the porcelain skin, these really very, very light colours for highlights. So I've got lots of fun things to play around with, and pencils just take up hardly any room at all. I've got some of these watercolor pencils will come with me. I'm going to take a kneadable eraser. I have never used it yet. I'll take some white paint pens, of course. I'll take the LTQ, and I probably won't take these. And I've got some Caran d'Ache crayons here. That's a sort of beiges set and some cute, pretty colours set. I'm not sure if I'll take those. Maybe I'll take one of them. Maybe I'll take the cute, pretty colours. Maybe I'll take them all. I don't know. And there's a dark set that I love as well. So it just extends my the whole aquapastels thing like into other colours. But I just have to, can't take everything. And I have to take the sushi roll layer cakes because I use these all the time. Oops. So definitely taking that. So that goes in my definites pile. And then I have to work out how I'm going, you know, how am I taking my caddy, which I could do, because I do love just being able to pull it out. And then I've got my pastel pencils in this counterfeit Louis Vuitton thing. You can see them coming together. What was in here and what is now in here, these are all pastel pencils. They don't take up much room, and I seem to have every colour in there, but this is a new journey for me, and I have them in my drawing bag all the time, but I haven't reached for them for a little while, but because they're so messy. Pastels are so messy, but we'll just see. Yes, I gave Xandra one of these clear caddies when she was in Australia, and she just said she takes hers to life drawing as well. Just, I feel like a bit of a nerd, like coming along so organised. People are like, oh, nerd, but I don't care. I am there to draw, and I need my stuff. I don't want to be scratching around in a bag and scruffling around like a raccoon, you know, in potato chips with my little hands. I want to be able to go bang, bang, bang straight into. I want to find what I need so don't come out of creative flow. Drawing is challenging enough. Having frustration because I can't find the right tool, I don't want to do that. I've also got, and I will take these, a couple of waterproof pens from my finishing lines set, because they are just, if I need to just fit in a little quick sketch or something, oh, they're just so good. If I'm having trouble, sometimes I take things either really big or really small, just whatever the opposite is of where I'm feeling or what I'm currently doing. And then if I'm already going big and I feel, ew, I'm out of creative flow, I'm feeling a bit, I get a tool that makes me draw really small, really fine, or a super sharp coloured pencil, so I can go into little details, and it's just switching it up for my brain helps me. Or if I'm going small for whatever reason, I go and grab a big sheet of paper, the biggest one they have, and because sometimes there are supplies usually at the place, and you can just pay a bit of like $2 like for a big sheet of paper, or sometimes I have the butcher's paper for free, just depends on where you're going. And then just get a really loose art supply and just do the opposite of what where I'm feeling frustrated, so that I can just recalibrate. So I like to have a few recalibration tools, and that's one of them. Another great recalibration tool is a big brush watercolor, because especially if you've been sketching tiny little details, and if my brain is fatigued, if I switch to color, and absolute expressive loose, you know, things like this craziness. Same thing, I'm recalibrating and re-energizing. So this is a recalibration tool. Wow. Okay, so I definitely have to have some of those with me, the recalibrators. Now, in all honesty, that is really all I would need, but I would rather take no clothes and wear the same shirt and wash it every night than not have enough stuff. So these are some of the other choices. Oh, I'm frozen again. Yeah, I don't know why the keeps doing that. Sorry. It's just ridiculous. It's just the stupid phone. My computer keeps grabbing at this connectivity thing and I can't turn it off. I just leave the stuff alone. Honestly, Apple, you've already hit peak awesomeness 2 years ago. Just no more weird features, please. Thank you. I've collected up all of these drawing oils to sniff. They're gorgeous. I haven't really used them much, but I want to add oil paint into my thing. This is a new journey, so I'm going to take either of those, and I'm just showing you these because they're gorgeous. I've got these. These are drawing oils as well. Because I'm not working in a journal, I'll be working on paper, different papers. These are made in Canada, and these are drawing oils as well, oil sticks. But look at these gorgeous colors. I mean, wow. I can't take everything though. And the marzipan twists are so good for initial drawings when I'm really going large, which is what I'm doing. And definitely we'll be taking a selection of these. They feel very different than drawing with pencils or drawing with aqua pastels, which are much harder. These I like drawing with butter, a stick of butter, a stick of marzipan, a stick of a lipstick, and the colors are just heaven. I can you know, really squelch in with my fingers. It's all non-toxic. They are water soluble as well and smudgeable, but they set, so then they become less and less reactive. So I can use that to my advantage. So these are in the definite pile, but I might amalgamate to just one thing, and I will amalgamate the oils to just one thing. And part of the reason I think I better take them is otherwise I'll end up buying more. I'll end up buying them anyway, and I don't need them because I already have them. Okay. I grabbed some bigger brushes. I went through my big old collection, and as it started again, Is it still paused? Oh, good. Oh, God. It's just going to do it. It's just an idiot. Okay, so this is brushes. Oh, I thought, will 3 rainbow pencils be enough? Maybe not. I probably need more. I definitely am going to take watercolor gesso, but do I need 2? So watercolor gesso allows, it's a gesso, so it's a primer, and it's really nice with the watercolor crayons, with watercolor, and I can put this on any surface and it'll zhuzh it for purposes. purposes, treated myself to unicorn white pants. I've just got a whole new set there. And joyful gesso. So I need a whole bunch of colours. So what I will definitely take is probably definitely take those. Gosh, why is everyone texting me? My God. Stop. Those and yellow. So then at least I can mix everything, and I'll take some of my beiges. Love this color. This is my new favorite color. So this one is wonderful wisteria. Any of these periwinkly type blues. Anyway, so that I've got some bigger tubes of watercolor there. Definitely have to take tattoo ink. I use the neon and the tattoo kink a lot, and in the navy. Oh, they're so good, and they're permanent, and they are waterproof. And then also I've got some more watercolor paper down there with the flip journal that I can take. I might try and fill that whole journal while I'm there. That's a bit small for me though. But with life drawing, you just never know how big the space is going to be. And usually, like I said, they have paper there that you can buy in some supplies. So if I need to go bigger, I always can. But I need a sketchbook for ideas, and I suppose for my course. So maybe it doesn't need to be a really big one. Of course, I have more of these. I have to have those with me at all times. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Probably will take a Frida layer cake. And, well, I've got my sushi, but I could take Material Girl as well. I love her. And just for purposes of joy, I could take golf pants. I could take golf pants, yes. Anyway, that's my, that's sort of all the craziness that has been going on. The hand journey, my goodness. Hopefully that is over soon. And because there's not much else they can do, is what the doctor told me. So we just have to hope that these things have worked. And because he put a needle right through my fingernail yesterday. No anesthetic, I just raw dogged it. I was so proud of myself. Oh, I tried so hard not to jump and squiggle and squirm, but it was like being at the dentist with no anesthetic. It was not pleasant, but it was cool. Well, it didn't go for too long, so it's all right. And this afternoon, I'm just going to cover up the nudie Rudies. Just look at this beautiful layering of watercolor. So I used yellow. I just was trying different colors and this and that, and it was so ugly. But I'm just reminded in that video with PewDiePie just to not panic, it's just part of the learning process, and as you keep going, you enjoy. So because I used a yellow behind it and then I came over with a more intense color, and I've got granulation happening and all of this other stuff, I've got quite an interesting little background happening. I really like it. So I think I'll do a whole series of those, but I want to just play around with this technique and this afternoon just because I feel like it. And I've got some this is with pastels, just what is that with just play around a little bit, keep warmed up for my adventure. Oh, let's actually get away from that camera and the craziness of it. And have a quick little look at comments. Do you think you'll go and watch have any of you ever watched PewDiePie? Do you know who I'm talking about? He used to do like gaming videos, but now his videos are more of his life, living in Japan and just different stuff that he does, just different things. Therapy with Stammy says Eurovision is her fave. Fave for me is an overused term, but I'm there with you. Okay. Zandra says, are you enjoying working on single sheets instead of the book? Yes, I am. Mainly because I'm working towards an exhibition, and I'm just thinking of how I'm going to be using my work, and single sheets is better. The other thing is I can always amalgamate it into a book later, all of these things. So I am single sheeting at the moment, and then I can also play with the different papers that I'm using, which I'm really enjoying as well, and also use up some of my enormous paper hoard that I have. And if I don't like the paper, I can always add something to it, like the watercolor gesso, so that I've got a surface that I trust, because I love that surface, or the joyful gessos. So I can add that to it and come back to a surface that I enjoy and just put it on whatever paper that I've got. But I've got a huge amount, because I used to have or we still have a store, but I used to have an actual bricks and mortar gallery, and we used to sell art supplies and the papers and paints and all of that before I had my own art supplies. So I have lots and lots of art supplies because of that as well, because I had a wholesale account, of course, and the paper, there was this huge promotion and I got the stand for it and everything, and a retail quantity of the paper. And yes, so when we stopped with the bricks and mortar store in Byron Bay, which was good because there's a lot of work, I still have this enormous quantity of beautiful paper. So I'm very happy to be using all that up, even though I keep buying paper, but don't tell anybody that. So yes, I am enjoying that. I'm enjoying using up what I have. I'm enjoying using what I have. Yes, using it up, using it, and because quite frankly, I have no room to put anything else. So it doesn't matter what other things I look at. When I'm adding, I'm really looking at what is it that I'm going to use and love, and what's going to make me do more art. So I'm very consciously adding to things. That's what I'm trying to do anyway, okay? Sometimes I have complete setitis and just want everything for, I don't know, the sake of it. Okay. I'm sure there's a few of you the same way. Xandra had to do 30-second poses this week. Yes, we usually start, 30-second poses aren't popular, that is for sure. But usually they're the most dynamic because the model knows they only have to hold them for 30 seconds. So they can do the craziest things because they only have to hold it for 30 seconds. So there's usually a lot of energy in a 30-second pose. So it's very good though. So I'm glad to see that that's how they started off with him. Okay. Marie would like a video comparing layer cake with traditional gouache. I could do that. I just have to get out all my gouache. I have a lot. I'm sure I could do that. Lower myself to use normal gouache. Well, I do have one normal gouache, white. It's the only one I want. Yes. Hey, Kerry, how you going? But yes, I've also got to do one comparing all the crayons because I love crayons. And I just found my crayon book actually. And I was in a book about crayons, and it's just cool. Crayons are cool because they just have that nostalgia and they're just so pigmented and feel good when you're creating with them. Love that. Anyway, there's just many things, so I don't know how much I will do next week, but if you're a member of my Facebook group, I'll post what I will be up to, hopefully going to, as in if you wanted to come and try life drawing. And some of them look like they're a bit wild. Nude Night at Doodler looks pretty wild, looks like Sketch Appeal or Kinky Drawers, and wild as in social, music, DJ, you know, people having a wine or two or whatever, a bit of a gatho, as well as being drawing. And then it looks like the second night's a bit more traditional. And then I'll also be going to some very traditional life drawing as well. And I think it's nice to have access to everything and try everything, because putting yourself out of your comfort zone is in a non-dangerous way, in a very safe way. I mean, nothing's going to happen in a drawing class. Yeah, it has to be good for you. It has to be good for you. There can be no downsides to it, I don't think. The only downside is if you, like it happened with PewDiePie, Felix in his video, where he looked at the person next to him and then thought, you know, because he felt like he was doing pretty well, like keeping up, doing this and that, and his sketches were great. But then, you know, you're looking at the master sitting next to you, and he's a well-oiled, machine's the wrong word, but a master, you know, he's a lead animator of an animation studio in Japan, so hello. So letting the eyes drift, and then that comparison being the thief of joy thing. Ooh. But for that to happen and still keep going has to be good for you, because you've got to tell your nervous system it's okay. It's okay. I'm on my journey. They're on their journey. You don't know if they've been drawing for 48 years and with a child prodigy and blah blah blah. You have no idea. And if you keep drawing, eventually you will be the one that someone else looks at and says, wow, it's good to be a beginner again. It's good for you, I think. Okay. Yes, Kim said Kinky Drawers turned out to be one of the best things we've done. Oh, for sure. Love Kinky Drawers. It's just crazy and fun. So Kinky Drawers is a life drawing night that's art house, burlesque performances, and you're drawing, but all the models are on the stage, there's singing and a dance off at the end, and it's just in a brilliant little venue. And it's a celebration of creativity and drawing, and the models having so much fun, like, because there's more costumes involved and creative input. So it's just this, it's really cool. So anything unusual like that you've got that pops up, just go and have a peep, go and have a look. You don't have to be the best, no one cares. Everyone that turns up just thinks, good on you. Good on you. And they're usually busy. It's like going to a yoga class. No one cares if you fall over, do a fart or whatever. Can't do it because everyone's just busy doing their own thing. And there's always a beginner there. So, you know, there's also usually some sort of guru there turning themselves into a pretzel. And I suppose that's where you just have to say, okay, let the lead drawer or yogini inspire you, and just enjoy it. Okay. Well, I'm going to pack the rest of my bag, get ready, and I might check what's happening under my finger, see what's going on. I'm scared to look because it'll look like a car's run over it after yesterday, but I need to, it's not sore anymore, so hopefully everything's finally going in the right direction. And what is going on with my hands at the moment? It's the universe's way of saying stop gardening, because I got an overuse injury. I've had bites where my face swelled up, where my hand swelled up the other week from an ant bite. I don't think I even showed you that because it was just too, and my hand was sore. And this business, what is going on? Which probably from the garden has to be. What else could it be? Anyway, there you go. No more gardening for me. Okay, my friends. Well, yes, yeah, go and check out the workshops that I've got online. If you're in the Facebook group, keep an eye on information for the life drawing in Sydney if you wanted to come along. I'm not running it or anything, I'm just going to it, that's all. And if you're not in Sydney or around here, Mullumbimby-ish, then just have a look around, see if there's a life drawing or CROQUIS drawing, as it's called in Japan, or other things where you're drawing, even urban sketching, any kind of drawing in a group environment where you've got to go out and do it. I think it's called cafe sketching. Or you might have to start your own group. Maybe someone will model for you at home, but that's different. It's just nice to do it in a group. Okay, my friends. Debbie says she wishes she could come to the workshops. Well, you know, you're only half a world away, Debbie. Yes, scrap bumps, there are serious insects in Australia. And it's not the big serious ones that have bitten me, it's just I think I'm getting more and more reactive to them, but I don't know why. It's just, yeah. I've been bitten by things plenty, but I've never done this swelling up thing. So I think I've just developing allergies or whatever to them, becoming more sensitive to them. But it's not anaphylactic shock, like I can breathe, but it's just not very pleasant to completely blow up like a puffer fish every time some nasty little thing decides to give me a bite. When the ant bit me on the hand, its stinger got stuck in my hand. It was attached and it was just bing, 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 kept going and going and going. I was just, please get out. Okay, well, I'm going to go. I'm going to pack the rest of this aqua pastels, watercolor. And of course, if you want to see any of these things, you know where to go. I've got links below, and I just hope you have a wonderful day. Do some drawing and enjoy life, and maybe go and watch that PewDiePie video, because it's just nice to see a nice young man pushing himself, having fun. Just you get to see something that's pretty cool that you're just not normally going to see, the inside of Japanese anime studio where people are drawing. Yes, they're using computers, but it's not AI or any of that sort of stuff. It's you know, people power. Love it. And my favorite cartoon of all time is probably Kimber the White Lion, Japanese. Oh, I loved Kimber the White Lion. So, oh, thank you for the well wishes of having a good time. I will indeed. And I was getting a bit nervous and a bit like, imposter syndrome. Yes, that's what it is. But the only way to beat it is to join in. The only way to beat it is to face the fear and do it anyway. Just do it, and you know, what's the worst that can happen? They're making more paper, there's more pencils. It'll be okay. You can just turn it over or just put paint on it and draw again. It's no big deal. So you didn't nail it the first time, you might nail it the second time or the 20th time. The good part is you're doing something you love anyway. So the more you practice, the better. You're doing it, you love it anyway. So just, if you're nice to yourself about it, put yourself in that beginner mind, at least you're going to keep going. But if you start getting down in yourself and that negative claptrap, why on earth would you why would you stick with it and practice? You just won't. So you've got to keep that at bay, leave that outside, and just immerse yourself. The other thing I do in life drawing, if I'm really struggling, mainly if it's more a situational thing, like there's someone that's noisy or I don't like the music, or there's just something else that's happening that's dragging my mind out and I can't settle into the drawing, I take my earpods and I take music with me and I just blast Grimes, or Wet Leg, or Lord, or Florence and the Machine, or Stray Kids. So one of those, that will, again, it's just doing something different. One of the life drawing sessions that I love going to, but he always plays Spanish-ish music, and it's obviously his favourite. And it's just very nice, la la la, but it's just not my cup of tea. It's just not my cup of tea, and sometimes I need a bit of something screeching in my ears. A bit of Grimes, We Appreciate Bar, or just just to get the blood, you know, boom, 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 get the stand up, get going, get a big circuit breaker, big brush, big watercolors, like the big humilities or the big unities, or marzipan twists, and just get wild, and then come out of the trance. And then I'm usually just grinning like an idiot and just reminding myself that drawing is fun. That is why I do it. It's super challenging, it's super hard, blah blah blah, but it's also super fun if you let it be. Don't you reckon? Oh, 25-minute poses. Oh, even then, I should have gone to long pose today, which is 3 hours, one pose. And I just want to rest a little bit before, even though this isn't my drawing hand. I just thought, no, elevation. I'll do this and I'll go and elevate again. I'll do everything the hospital told me to do. And because I don't want to do intravenous IV antibiotics and a hand in a garrote, or whatever he called it. No, thank you. I just want it to get better. Well, I love that, Zandra. If it goes into something that you don't want to do, sometimes there's if the pose has so much foreshortening, and it's foreshortening after pose, like where they're lying on the ground, I just go back and work on other art. Just do something else. Yes, let a mermaid happen, because I'm not going to draw that again. I don't know. Sometimes it's just, if the pose is just not inspiring, then from the angle that I'm at and I can't be bothered moving because I'm all set up, I'll just work on something else. And give myself that option, just to have a breather. Oh, some chill Latin jazz. Yeah, no, this is not chill Latin jazz. This is, I don't know what it is. It's not. It just doesn't suit my... Yeah, it's not funny. We all have our own tastes. Look, if I put on Stray Kids, like because I would just listen to them all the time in the car, Angus would just jump out the window if he had to go anywhere with me. He doesn't want to listen to that. So, but if I hear, oh, I'm just trying to think of some of the songs he likes to play in the car. Oh, if I hear, oh, like the Angels, oh, or the ACD, I just have heard it too many times. It's okay to hear it in a movie every so often, but I've just heard it too many times on music, and I can't say that. People would probably say that I've heard Stray Kids songs too many times, but it's different. Stray Kids, it's different. No, Kim, no. Okay, my friends. Well, go and do smart.